Are you visible అమ్మా? కనబడుతుందా? రిజర్వ్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా స్క్రీన్ కనబడుతుందా అమ్మా? ఓకే. So as for the financial institutions, markets and services, the unit number 1 we completed some of the introduction like the Indian financial system, structure of Indian financial system, equilibrium in financial markets, indicators of the development of the country, and what is the relation between the financial system and development of growth, as well as one of the recent changes after 1981, reforms and recent developments related to the financial system. So if you observe syllabus, there is the two parts. So first part completed, and now we move towards the second part, that is the institutions, financial institutions. So in that we are going to learn about the RBI, SEBI, as well as non-statutory financial institutions. Okay. In the part of that, first we are going to know about the RBI. I think most of the people know it is the Reserve Bank of India and considered as the India's central bank or Central Bank of India. So to regulate the issue of banknotes and keeping of reserves with a view to securing monetary stability in India and generally to operate the currency and credit system of the country to its advantage. So this is the preamble at the time of the RBI Act 1934. So established on 1st April 1935 with share capital of 5 crores on recommendation of the Hilton Young Commission in the year 1956. And RBI was nationalized in the year 1949, and the central office initially, that means at the time of established, located in the Calcutta, and later it was moved to Mumbai in 1937. It is the central bank of the country and it is the center of the Indian financial as well as monetary system. As the apex institution, it has been guiding, monitoring, regulating, controlling and promoting the destiny of the Indian financial system since its inception. It is the oldest among the central banks in the developing countries, but it is quite young compared with the central banks of the Bank of England and Federal Reserve Board of the US. Simply we call it the Fed of US. It is started functioning from 1st April 1935 on the terms of Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. So that is the reason our financial year also started from the 1st April to March 31st. If we observe our calendar year, English calendar year starts from the January 1st to December 31st, and Telugu calendar year based on Ugadi started day and end before day of the Ugadi. And coming to the financial year, we started from the 1st April to March 31st because the RBI started its function from 1st April. That is the reason. Structure. The bank is managed by a central board of directors, 4 local boards of directors, and a committee of the central board of directors. The function of the local boards are to advise the central board on matters referred to them. They are also required to perform duties as a delegated to them. The final control of the bank rests in the central board, which comprises the, so that means the central board comprises with governor, 4 deputy governors and 15 directors nominated by the central government. The entire organization setup of the bank has been modified and expanded from time to time in order to cope with the increasing value and range of the bank's activities. In order to perform its various functions, the bank has been divided and subdivided into a large number of departments. Apart from banking and issue departments, there are at present 20 departments and 3 training establishments at the central office of the bank. So this is the pictorial view. Observe, this is the RBI officers, and this is the first head office in Mumbai here, and second 24 regional officers, most of them in their state capitals. Here. These are. And already we know that RBI can issue the currency notes and fully controlling about the currency system in India. So that's why there is some of the press are there, mints are there, issue offices are there. Press means they print the currency notes. So there is a difference between the press and mint. Mint means they issue the coins like 1 rupee, 2 rupees, and 5 rupees, 10 rupees, and some of the special coins like 100, 150, 75 coins also they issued based on the different type of issues which related to our country. Like take the example, postal department completed 150 years. They issued a special coin of the 150 rupees coin issued. But most of the circulation we observe 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, and 5 rupees and 10 rupees also. So that comes under the mint. Regarding the price, 1 rupee note, 5 rupees notes, and 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50, 100, and 500, and 2000 also. The notes, currency notes issued by the press. And these are the issuing offices. We call about the chest. So here they print, and these are called as the issuing offices. So the Hyderabad area, whole Andhra Pradesh area is the issuing office related to Hyderabad. Now, as per the topic, as per the content given by the JQA, what are the role and functions of RBI? First, we are going to look about what is the function. Later, we are going to know about what is the role, as well as what is the meaning of the monetary policy, and what are the different type of rates, and what are the recent changes in the monetary policy. So first, to maintain monetary stability so that the business and economic life can deliver welfare gains of a properly functioning mixed economy. So they are going to maintain the monetary stability. It means the business and economic life can deliver welfare gains of a properly functioning mixed economy. To maintain stable payment system so that the financial transactions can be safely and efficiently executed. To maintain financial stability and ensure sound financial institutions so that monetary stability can be safely pursued and economic units can conduct their business with confidence. To promote the development of financial infrastructure of markets and systems and to enable it to operate efficiently. To play a leading role in developing a sound financial system so that it can discharge its regulatory function efficiently. To ensure that credit allocation by the financial system broadly reflects the national economic priorities and societal concerns. To regulate the overall value of money and credit in the economy with a view to ensure a reasonable degree of price stability. So these are the main functions of the RBI. Now once we look about the roles of RBI. Bank of issues, that is issue of the currency. Banker of government, so it can act as a bank of the government. Banker's bank and a lender of the last resort. Controller of credit, custodian of foreign reserves, supervisory functions, and promoter functions. So these are the 7 roles which is performed by RBI. It is bank of issue, that means the currency issued by this bank only, no other than this. And it can act as a bank of the government. Whenever the government wants the money, they can issue the bonds, securities through the RBI to the markets. And it can act as a banker's bank, as well as the lender of the last resort. So whenever the banks require monetary funds or things, so they can give the loans to the banks. At the same time, the RBI also taking the loan from the bank. Repo rate, reverse repo rate, as well as they are always giving the SLR, solvency liquidity rate also they are measured, and always they monitor the performance of the banks also. So that is the reason RBI called as a regulatory body of the banking system in India. Control of credit, they cannot issue. RBI have the press and mint is there. Whenever they want, they can issue the currency, but not like that. That is the reason they can act as a controller of credit and custodian of the foreign reserves. Whenever we have trade with the foreign countries, we trade with the US, we require the dollars. We trade with the China, we require the yuan, and we trade with the European, we require the pound or euros, like that. And some of the other functions like a supervisor function and promoter function. The RBI has, since its inception, according to under section 22, the sole right or authority or monopoly of issuing currency notes other than 1 rupee notes and coins of smaller denominations. So what is the meaning of the currency notes other than 1 rupee and coins? This comes under the Ministry of Finance. The issue of currency notes is one of its basic functions. Although 1 rupee coins and notes and coins of small denominations are issued by the Government of India, they are put into circulation only through the RBI. Even the 1 rupee and small coins and notes issued by Government of India, it means the Ministry of Finance, still it is circulated through the RBI only. At present, the bank issues the notes in the following denomination: 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20, 50, 100, 500 and 2000. The responsibility of the bank is not only to put currency into or withdraw it from circulation, but also exchange notes and coins of one denomination into those of other denominations as demanded by the public. That means it can issue, it can withdraw, and it can exchange as per the demand of the public. All affairs of the bank relating to note issue are conducted through its issue department. Earlier we observed one picture: press, mints, as well as issues. In order to discharge its currency functions, the bank has 15 full-fledged issue officers and 2 sub-officers and 4,127 currency chests in which the stock of new and reissuable notes and rupee coins are stored. Of these, 70 chests were with the RBI, 2,877 with the SBI and Association Bank, 791 with the national banks, and 423 with the treasuries, and 90 with the private sector banks. Second function, bankers to government. RBI is the banker, agent, and advisor of the central bank and as well as all state governments in India. RBI helps the government to float new loans and to manage the public debt. RBI makes loans and advances to the states as well as the local authorities. The bank receives government deposits free of interest and it is not entitled to any remuneration for the conduct of ordinary banking business of the government. The deficit as well as the surplus in the central government account with the RBI is managed by the creation and cancellation of the treasury bills, and it is known as art of treasury bills. That means whenever the deficit occurs or whenever the surplus occurs in the central government account, so immediately RBI manages with the creation as well as cancellation of the treasury bills. Ways and means advances. As a banker to the government, the bank can make ways and means advances. That means temporary advances made in order to bridge the temporary gap between the receipts and payment system to the central and state governments. The maximum maturity period of these advances is 3 months only. Overdraft, OD.